Alrighty, guys, good morning. It is Wednesday, May 3rd, and it is time for our daily devotion. So I hope you guys are having a good morning. We are outside again today. It's super nice out, a little chilly, but anytime I get to sit outside in the morning, I take advantage of that. So today we're going to be in Psalm 58, and I'm going to be in the first 5 verses of that. And so I'm going to go ahead and read it and just make a couple of observations. So David says this. He says, "Do you rulers indeed speak justly? Do you judge people with equity? No, in your heart you devise injustice, and in your hands made out violence on the earth. Even from birth the wicked go astray, and from the womb they are wayward, spreading lies. Their venom is like the venom of a snake, like that of a cobra that has stopped its ears, that will not heed the tune of the charmer, however skillful the enchanter may be." And so David this morning in this passage, he is essentially he's calling out corrupt rulers that apparently operate in his kingdom. Obviously David is the king of his people, the king of Israel, but as a king you have people that have authority who do jobs underneath you. And one of the ways that the Israelites had operated for thousands of years was through people being judges, in the sense that when a person would have, or perhaps a group of people had troubles, they would go to these judges to allow them to decide what they should do, or bring justice to a situation. Very similar to our judicial system, in the sense that we have judges who make decisions on rulings on different kinds of things in our life. For David, what he's observing is that these judges that are in operation are unjust and are taking advantage of people, and perhaps making themselves rich in the midst of it all. And he even says in verse 3, he says that from their birth their hearts have been wicked, which is interesting because he says something very similar about himself in Psalm 51, I think. We looked at it a couple weeks ago. And here's the reality. The reality is that we don't live in a perfect world, and that there's not a perfect system when it comes to government. There's not a perfect system when it comes to the rules and regulations that we have to abide by as citizens. It's never perfect, and the reason it's never perfect is because people are in charge. And now it's the best that we have, but at the same time we just have to understand that it's never going to be perfect. We're never going to be, not all of us, happy with the people who rule our lives. We're not going to be happy with perhaps the presidents or Senate or Congress or all that kind of stuff. Like, for example, right now there's this threat of government shutdown. I don't even understand what that means. But there are people that are very upset about this, and rightfully so. But two thoughts from it. Number one, when it comes to the people who rule over us, they have authority. And I think that it's important for us to respect the authority that's over us. One, because it models for those around us, our children and those types, what it looks like to come and live under authority, and to respect those even though perhaps you don't agree with them. I think that's just important to do, that we give honor to people that have authority over us. Secondly, what it does is it shows us, it reminds us that we need to honor and respect God's authority in our lives, and trusting. Sometimes there are things in our lives that we don't understand that He's doing, and we want to rebel against that. And so I think that the honor piece and respecting authority is important. The other thing is this, is that the Apostle Paul told his disciple Timothy to pray for those that are in authority so that we can live peaceful lives. And I think that that's important as well, that there are going to be people that are corrupt, there are going to be people that are unjust, but they have authority. And so the way that we as Christians can come alongside and have influence is by praying for them, blessing them, and learning how we can serve them in whatever capacity that we can. So I don't know if that makes any sense. It's a bit of a not a rough psalm, but it's a kind of a psalm that we don't think about in the sense of how do we interact with those in authority over us. So I hope that makes sense to you today. That's kind of what I took away from this passage this morning. It is Wednesday, so be welcoming today to the people in your lives. Be open and kind to those around you, and we will catch you guys tomorrow, Thursday. So blessings to you guys. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.